When you need advice, come to Ben and Kelly. It's Group Therapy on 99.7 DJX.
Clint says, hey, Ben and Kelly, first of all, love your show.
Thank you.
I have switched from listening to my podcasts in the morning to listening to you all during my morning commute.
There you go.
Well, that's nice.
That is nice.
I've got an interesting situation. Haven't heard you guys discuss before, so I figured I'd run it by you and your listeners.
Mm-hmm.
A coworker and I have recently begun to discuss leaving our company and setting up our own business. We've worked together for several years. He's got good knowledge in our field, so I was all ready to go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Then I discovered that he's going through a divorce because he cheated on his wife.
Okay.
So now this kind of gives me serious alarm bells over his trustworthiness, integrity, and character. If he's willing to cheat on the one person he swore to love and stay faithful to for life, how do I know he's not going to cheat me? So what's your take on this?
Well, maybe you're not his type.
Stop. Stop. I mean, it's a good question. I don't know. Is it fair to, I guess, judge decisions that he makes in his personal life versus
I can understand
he's going to make the same kind of not trustworthy decisions in business?
You know, how well is, or how good is he at compartmentalizing things like that, you know? And,
right.
And, you know, I can understand why you would think, you know, one could be indicative of another.
Right, and you can't just ask him, hey, since you cheated on your wife, you're not going to
do you think you're going to do that?
You can't ask him that.
Do you think you're going to do that? I mean, you know, why not just YOLO and just, you know, figure it out?
Oh, YOLO. Okay. Yeah. No, I think as with any business venture, if you're going to go into business with
you're going to have
a friend,
a risk.
A coworker, you need, yes, but you also need to draw up a kind of an iron tight contract on how the business is going to be dealt with, as far as, you know, I guess how people are getting paid and all those things. Like all the details of your arrangement should probably go into writing.
Yeah. So if there
contract
is a deviation from that by
if
either,
you're setting a company.
Yeah, by either party, then, you know, the other person or you are able to then kind of go back and go, yeah, you know what?
Recoup that.
Yeah, this is not good, and this is the penalty for such things. So, I don't know. I mean, hey, I'm not a business person. I talk on the radio. So it's like,
same.
this
is not our world.
Hey, this ain't our world.
People don't listen, we get fired. That's
right.
The world we live in.
Yeah, so I don't know. Does one do the other? Do you have any experience with this? And maybe someone who does have experience with like going into partnership with a friend or something like that could dispense a little advice to Clint, you know, regardless of the whole cheating thing. You know, maybe
right.
He just needs a little bit of like advice from someone who's been there.
Yeah,
right?
just in general, someone that's kind of decided, you know what, let's go off and form our own little company with a friend, a coworker, or whatever. What are the steps you need to take to make sure that doesn't go south in some way?
502-795-1997 is our number. That's Group Therapy. We'll take your stories on the way. So we got a message from Clint, who's wanting to get into kind of like business with a coworker of his, but he just realized his coworker is getting a divorce because he cheated on his spouse. And he's like, man, something just doesn't sit right. Like, is he going to cheat on me now?
Yeah, he's just questioning his overall integrity, and will that spill over into the business world?
Yeah, several on Facebook are kind of saying, oh, I'd throw up a caution flag. Anna says, go with your gut. Definitely wouldn't trust this guy. If you got to question it, you already know your answer. Not only that, starting a business requires funds. I wouldn't waste my time. Good luck, though.
Okay. Yeah, and maybe he might have significantly less funds now that he's going through a divorce.
Right. Elizabeth comments and says, sounds like he lacks good judgment, and that's not someone I'd want to go into business with. Randy says, trust your gut. Jesse says, I wouldn't. Brittany says, I would say he lacks good judgment and morals. Not someone I would want to do business with.
Yeah, I haven't found one person that says, you know, I think it should be fine. Don't worry about it.
Well, there is one.
Oh.
Tanya says, I don't know how long he was able to get away with cheating, because if it was for a long time, he might actually be pretty good at business.
Oh.
I mean, usually guys in business are different than dealing with women and emotions. However, shady people are always going to be shady people in every aspect of their life. So,
Okay.
So I guess, she's saying he could be good at business, but I'd still watch out.
Yeah, she's like, if you do proceed, get some really good contracts, cross every T, dot every I, and all the titles are in the right place.
Man, juicy. Well, Clint, hopefully it all works out for you. And thanks. Good luck. Keep us posted on what happens. That's group therapy.